Hi everyone and welcome to Club 3 episode 44 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. So thank you for joining me. I've just had a weekend off from content creation, feel great having had a bit of a break. Feel really excited to get back in today. I'm fully aware that it could go slightly challenging because we get to face Liverpool, who currently sit top of the table, so it could be quite a tricky game back. But even so, I'm really excited by what this second half of the season will bring for my Derby County side. I think we're doing exceptionally well to be sitting in 4th place after 15 games. The players are doing amazingly well. And if we go over to the team stats page section over here, you can see how we're doing it. We've got an 8th place in terms of goals scored, which isn't as good as I'd quite like. I'd like a few more. Our strikers are getting enough, but not a lot. So I'd like them to improve a little bit in their goal scoring opportunity conversion rate. But it's the goals conceded again for like the 3rd season in a row in the Premier League. My defence is just doing brilliantly. 10 goals in 15 games, top of the division, and it's going brilliantly well for us in that respect to the game. So that's how we're making our success. We are firm in our defensive work, solid on our foundations, and we've just got to find a way to express ourselves a little bit more going forward without losing that at the back. The minute we change formations and structures, you're likely to lose the strength that you've got if you're not very careful. So tentatively, we will start to expand our play a little bit more over the coming months and change a few of the tactical instructions just to see if we can get a bit more freedom in the attacking sense going forward and try and get a few more goals, which would be brilliant. But so far, it's been going exceptionally well. If we go and have a look at the recent form, the last time you and I were together for an episode for Derby was against Leicester City. We drew 0-0, which was away from home, not a bad result, but it was a little bit disappointing just in terms of not being able to get that one goal to get the 3 points on that game. But the games since have been very, very good. 3-0 win against Southampton was excellent. And then that 1-1 draw against Man City. It's not a fluke anymore. For the 3rd season in a row, we've been dealing with the Manchester clubs and the likes of Liverpool very well. It's the London clubs that we can't do for some reason. You look at the likes of when we play Arsenal and they beat us 1-0. We just can't quite seem to get the same sort of performances in the London clubs. I'm not bothered by it. Overall, the big picture is that we're doing amazingly well and we're sitting 4th place. But when we play so well against the likes of Man United, Man City, I mean, we beat Man United 2-0 earlier in the season. Exceptional result. We get a 1-1 draw against Man City. What can we do against Liverpool today? We'll have to wait and see on that one. But against those types of clubs, we are doing really, really well. I'm really impressed by it. So hopes are high that we could get something from the day, from today's game, should I say. But of course, if Liverpool show up to their best, being top of the table, they're going to be really hard. But there we go. That's just the way Football Manager works. You have to play all these teams twice. And so we just get on with it and do it. So in terms of today, we will be approaching the game in terms of our defensive structure. This sort of 4-2-3-1, quite a deep structure, trying to draw them into us, and then fluid counter-attack is the style of play that we're going for. So in that sense, I've taken out of the side the attacking midfield option in Martinez specifically, or Ramsey, to play that role. We've taken them out of the team and we've put our central midfielders in a bit more rather than our attacking midfielders in, just to create that solid base in our defensive structure. We've got a couple of injuries. We've got Story, who's out for 3 or 4 weeks, unfortunately. He's not a regular anymore. Romario's come into the club and has taken that spot from him in the central defence area alongside Harwood Bellis. But Story is a good option to have off the bench and in the squad. And so to have him out just creates a little bit of imbalance in our squad moving forward for the couple of weeks. But that's just the way it is. That's why we have a squad of players. And unfortunately, the real star of our show, or one of the stars of our show, this guy Noel, look how much he's improved over the last season or so that we've had him. 20 years old, and he's an absolute superstar. He's got a release clause of over 100 million in his contract that I put in last time that we renegotiated. So he's going nowhere soon. But he's an absolute superstar and he's performing very well. He's got 5 assists in 14 games. No goals yet, but that's not what we have him in the side for. But unfortunately, he's out. He's only out for about a week, anywhere between 3 and 7 days. He's been out for a game or so already. So a little bit disappointing to lose him. But that's why we have the squad, as I say, and we got Langer, who is a perfectly able replacement, and you can see in terms of his contribution, he's done exceptionally well against some of the lesser sides this season when he's played. So now is his opportunity to step up and play against one of the really big boys. And we've got him on loan from Man City, so he comes from a big club himself. So hopefully his big match confidence will be good, his big match motivation, and sort of, I can't think of the word. Sometimes my mind goes blank. Anyway, his ability to play in these big matches is what I'm trying to talk about, and I think that he'll do okay, hopefully, anyway. So that all means that today, against Liverpool, in this defensive structure that we have in the fluid counter-attacking system, the team that we put out is Bazunu in goal, Bogle at right back, Target at left back, Romario and Harwood Bellis in central defence, Joku, Ivan and Vera in central midfield, Langer on the right, Lokudoku on the left and Pauletta up top, with a bench of Burns, Cooper, Silas, Martinez, Guive, Daniels and Monterese. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So in terms of team talk, we've just gone with play well for the fans, just try and boost them up a little bit. Didn't get too much of a response, but hopefully it will alleviate some of the pressure on them and just get them to play their game, their natural game. And we'll see how we cope, because normally we've been coping pretty well. It's silly errors that we have to take out of these moments just to make sure that we get as good a result as possible. And you can see that early on we did lose the ball just then in central midfield, which gave Liverpool a chance to attack us down the right-hand side. And they get a decent cross in, but we win the ball and the second ball, which is the most important thing. Once you've cleared that ball, winning that second ball, and we get an opportunity to come forward. Come on, lads, see what we can do. Down that right-hand side, here's Langer, riser challenge, and then, just taps it too far for his run on that right-hand side. But Lokudoku comes in, nicks the ball off that, that defensive unit, and pile drives the ball towards the goal, and we go 1-up in 2 minutes. Bit of a scrappy play here and there. We both lost the ball in the period of play. There's a chance for Liverpool to clear their lines. They don't go down the pitch, they go diagonally. It falls right in the lap of Lokudoku, who intercepts that pass and comes into the penalty box and pile drives the ball in. And what a fantastic goal that is. Our wide men have been playing very well. Scrappy goal to concede. After 10 minutes, the free kick comes into the far post, and from there, there's a bit of flapping by the goalkeeper. Defenders never really quite get onto it. Doesn't quite clear the ball off the line, and we go to 1-1. And there's no offside trap there. It was a decent first header back across the goal, but we didn't deal with it. The goalkeeper should have punched that one away, or the header should have come in from the defence, and we didn't quite manage it. And they come back at us again, but on that occasion, the ball goes over the top. Their number one striker, Luca, is somebody that I was looking at for a long time, about a season ago, but he went in mid-season when we didn't have the finances to match the bids that were going in, and in the end we couldn't compete. But he's a good striker. Lokudoku with another interception there off that off the fullback, I think it was, and he drives it into the box, and Pauletta with the first shot, and it goes straight at the goalkeeper, goes down well, parries it out, and the defender clears it well. But a really good attempt again. We're playing really well. I'm really pleased by how we're going about our game. If we can just make sure that we don't make any mistakes and shore it up a little bit at the back, they're going to have more possession than we are, as the stats show that they are. They're going to have more attempts than they are. This is Liverpool, top of the table, but we are in this game in the lead up to half-time. If we can get all the way through to half-time, still at 1-1, then we're doing okay. I noticed that Langer, our replacement right-side option, in for Knoll, isn't having the best of games, unfortunately. But that can happen. And again, they come forward and they have a wild pot shot on that occasion, and it takes us through to half-time. You can see that they have had the better of the game in a lot of the statistics kind of way. but they haven't bettered us in scoreline, and they haven't bettered us in the passion and drive of the team. I think we've played very, very well and really put ourselves about. So I'm more than happy with how things are going. And we have to tell them that passionately. We're going to say, I'm happy with the performance, keep it going, and just see if we can keep that momentum high and that sort of happiness to play in their freedom high. Let's not put the pressure on them. Let's allow them to play. And immediately it goes a little bit quiet in the second half. But to be honest, with the first half having had a couple of goals in it, I'm okay with it being a bit quieter. We need to suppress the game somewhat and not allow them too much dominance in terms of how they control the game. And we're in the 72nd minute, so we're just going to go in and check out our players a little bit. We're going to keep the same formation. It's working for us. We've got a couple of low ratings, though, that we can do something with. Guive will come in for Langer down the right-hand side, and Vera comes out and Silas goes into that central midfield role. Just wasn't quite performing it today. And then we got one other to make, and I think we are going to go with Ivan. No, I don't think we will. I think we'll put some fresh legs up top. Paoletta comes out, Monterese comes on. Monterese's been playing very well recently, getting a few goals here and there whenever he's been playing. And he's a good option off the bench. He's got that really good long shot that we've seen before that can be quite a dangerous weapon. And his general play is improving. So hopefully that he can come in and cause them a slightly different kind of problem. And he runs at them down the left-hand side, but there was nobody where he needed them to be in the centre of the penalty box. So in the end, he put it a harmless shot from almost on the touchline, and it just didn't do anything really. Bit disappointing, to be honest, at that last moment. A reasonably okay shot comes in, come cross. I think he was almost trying to cross it in for that man running across the goalkeeper, but didn't quite work out. And it gives us a chance to build up something down the right-hand side, maybe. But we've switched the play very nicely, and it's come back out to this right-hand side with Guive. Now, will he cut in off the right-hand side to his left foot? He does, and it stays with us in midfield. Ivan comes forward. Again, it's Guive down the right-hand side. Where's the cross? He has to cut back. Does he know? Right-footed cross, and they partially clear it, and then they get the clearance, and Vinicius Jr. comes down that left-hand side. Good blocking tackle, but he doesn't win the ball, unfortunately, and then a pot shot from him eventually goes comfortably into the hands of the goalkeeper, and we are going to get potentially another good draw away from home against one of the northern sides in the Premier League, right at the top of the table. The two Manchester clubs, Liverpool, the like, we do really, really well. We've got one last attack to see out. Can we stop them doing anything? Ooh. And it was a good save by Bazunu. He got down enough to parry the ball out, and we get another really good result. It's an amazingly good result. This is top of the table Liverpool, and we went away from home in a formation and a structure that has been working for us in this context for the last couple of seasons. This is no fluke, and we got a brilliant point from them. Everybody thought we'd get beaten today. Well done for proving them wrong. Great result. That's the one we're going to go with. And we're just going to come back out the table and just see what happened with some of the sides around us in terms of today's games, and see what that's done for our league position. So let's go and have a look immediately. And we still sit in fourth. There's some team, Tottenham below us, haven't played their 16th game yet, so they could jump above us. A couple of others could close that gap as well. But 30 points after 16 games, fourth in the table, I will more than take that. That is exceptional. I'm absolutely delighted with it. So where are we going to come back next episode? We've got a bit of a change of pace next episode. We're going to be playing the very last game of the calendar year 2028, which is the year that we're in. The last game in December, and we're going to be playing West Brom in the FA Cup. Good opportunity for us to start building a cup run, hopefully. It's something that I desperately want to do with this Derby County side, is we're performing so well in the league and pushing forward in terms of our positioning in the league, but it's time for us to start trying to find a way to win something, and the FA Cup is a good opportunity for that. We got knocked out early on in the League Cup, unfortunately, because we came up against Arsenal and they beat us 1-0, which is disappointing. but if we can put a cup run together in the FA Cup, that would be exceptional. So that's what we're coming back for. West Brom in the FA Cup next episode. I will let you know what happens in the games between now and then in the Premier League against Fulham, Palace, Watford and Arsenal. Another tricky game. We'll update you on that next episode and then play the FA Cup game. So hope you'll join me for that. Thanks very much for allowing me to take a break and being so supportive about it. All the comments, I've read them all. I really appreciate your support. It means an awful lot to me. All the views, all the support, but just the general niceness and kindness in my direction has been amazing. So thank you for that. Really, really appreciate you. You are awesome for the support that you give me. We're back. We're enthusiastic about the saves that we've got coming up. I'll let you know about the other saves in the next couple of days as to when they're going to drop. I don't think I'll be doing any double episode days this week. I don't want to overload myself again. So we might just keep to the schedule of Wednesday, Saturday being the Reputation Rescue and Sunday being the Deja Vu and the rest of the time Rolling in the Isles. I don't think I'll try and catch up from the weekend. I just think we'll move forward. But I'll think about that anyway. But yeah. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate your company. Hope you'll join me for the next episode. But until then, subscribe to the channel if you haven't and join my United City community. Click that like button on the video if you haven't already. That'd be really helpful to me. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.